All right, so get this, everyone. Today we're tackling presentations.
Presentations.
The thing that makes most people want to like hide under a rock.
Right.
But we're talking about like how to actually make them good.
Yeah.
Like how to really connect with your audience, how to make sure that your message lands.
Exactly.
And you know what the best part is?
What?
We're bringing AI into this.
Ooh, fun.
And to make it even more interesting, we are going to be exploring the methods of this attorney, Mitch Jackson.
Mitch Jackson. Yeah, he's got some really fascinating approaches.
He does.
Especially considering, he uses these in courtrooms.
I know, that's what I was thinking, like talk about pressure.
Right, high stakes.
Yeah, so if he can win over a jury,
Exactly.
we can probably learn a thing or two about like just nailing a regular presentation.
Definitely. And his first tip is actually all about getting a little uncomfortable.
Oh, tell me more.
Are you ready for this? It's recording yourself.
Oh, I know, right?
But just hitting record and going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just capture the raw you presenting.
Okay. I can see how that would be valuable.
It's all about self-awareness, right?
Oh.
And it's not about being perfect.
Right.
It's about seeing what you actually do.
Yeah, like those little habits that you don't even realize.
Exactly. And from there you can be like, okay, this is working. Well, maybe I should do more of this. This is a little awkward. Let's refine that a bit.
Yeah, it's like when you hear your voice on a recording and you're like, wait, do I really sound like that?
Totally. That, but for your whole presentation style.
Okay, I'm on board. So you've recorded yourself now.
Yeah.
Okay,
so step 2, don't watch it right away.
What?
Yeah. You got to let it marinate.
Okay.
Give it a day.
Interesting.
Because if you jump in right away, you're going to be so critical.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You're not going to be objective.
It's like looking at a picture right after you take it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You need that distance to see it clearly.
So you come back to the recording after a day you've had some space.
Right. You've got fresh eyes. You're ready to analyze.
Okay, and how do we do that?
All right, so Mitch suggests breaking it down into 3 perspectives.
3?
Yeah, think of them as lenses to help you really dissect your presentation.
Okay.
So perspective number 1, this is all about audio.
So close your eyes and just listen.
Exactly. What does your voice sound like? Is it monotone? Are you rushing? Are you pausing effectively?
Because you could have the most amazing content.
Totally.
But if your voice is putting people to sleep.
Exactly. No one's going to absorb it.
It's kind of like when someone's reading a bedtime story.
Yes. And you're like,
Exactly.
So that's perspective 1.
Right. Perspective number 2.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Okay. This one's all visual. We're hitting mute.
Okay. So it's all about body language.
Body language. It's so powerful.
It is. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing one thing and then I see myself on video and I'm like, oh, that is not what I thought I was doing.
Exactly. Are you fidgeting? Are you making eye contact with the camera? What kind of energy are you putting out there?
And even little things, right? Like hand gestures.
Oh, yeah, totally. It can all add up.
Okay. So we've got audio. We've got visual. What's perspective number 3?
Okay. So this one's all about getting the words out of your head and onto paper.
So transcribing the presentation.
Exactly. And just get it all down. Don't worry about editing or making it perfect. We want the raw material.
And then what do we do with it?
We read it carefully. Does it flow? Is it engaging? Is the message clear?
Okay. Yeah. Because sometimes what sounds good in our head doesn't really translate well onto paper.
Right. And it can help you spot clunky sentences or places where the logic isn't quite there.
Okay. So we've got these 3 perspectives, audio, visual, transcript, and they all give us different insights into our presentation.
Yeah. They help you pinpoint what's working and what needs some tweaking.
But you know what would make this even more amazing?
What's that?
Adding some AI magic to the mix.
Oh, now we're talking.
Because let's be honest, AI can do some pretty incredible things these days.
It can, and that's actually where we'll pick things up after a quick break.
Stay tuned, because we're about to dive into the world of AI and see how it can take our presentation analysis to a whole new level.
It's going to be good. So we've got these 3 perspectives for analyzing presentations, audiovisual, and the transcript.
Right, and they all work together to give us a complete picture of how we're coming across.
Exactly, and AI can supercharge that analysis.
Okay, so tell me how we actually use AI for this.
Well, Mitch uses a tool called Google AI Studio.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and he has a specific prompt that he uses in AI Studio to analyze presentations.
A prompt we're telling the AI what to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's like giving it instructions.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So what does this prompt look like?
So it starts by telling the AI to review the uploaded presentation from three different perspectives. The first perspective involves just listening to the audio and disregarding what's happening on the video. The second perspective entails evaluating the video without the audio. And the third perspective involves analyzing the transcribed text.
Okay, so we're basically setting the stage for the AI to analyze our presentation in the same way that we would using those three perspectives.
Right, but with the added power of AI.
And I'm guessing this prompt gets even more specific.
It does. It goes on to tell the AI to evaluate the speaker's overall effectiveness in delivering their message, focusing on key aspects such as clarity, tone, body language, and word choice.
Okay, so it's really getting into the nitty-gritty of how we're presenting.
Yeah, and then it asks the AI to assess how well the speaker engages the audience, conveys passion, demonstrates expertise, and builds trust.
Wow, so it's looking at like the bigger picture too, not just the technical aspects?
Exactly. And then the prompt finishes by telling the AI to identify the strengths of the communication and persuasive techniques and provide specific, actionable feedback on areas for improvement to enhance impact and credibility.
So it's not just pointing out what's wrong, it's also highlighting what we're doing well and giving us concrete steps to improve.
Right. It's like having a personalized presentation coach.
Okay, so we've fed the presentation into Google AI Studio. We've used Mitch's prompt now. What?
Then the magic happens. The AI analyzes your presentation based on those instructions and generates a report.
A report that breaks down each of the three perspectives?
Exactly. You'll get feedback on your voice, your body language, and your words.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is. But Mitch emphasizes that AI is a tool, not a magic bullet.
Okay, so we still need to do the work.
Yeah, AI can give us incredible insights, but it's up to us to take that feedback and apply it.
It's like AI is the guide, and we're the ones who have to walk the path.
Exactly. And sometimes you'll find that the AI feedback aligns with what you noticed yourself when you were analyzing the presentation manually.
So it's like having your own observations validated.
Yeah, it can be really reassuring to see that you're on the right track.
Okay, so whether we use AI or stick with manual review, the key is to make this analysis a regular part of our presentation prep.
Definitely, it's all about developing self-awareness and constantly striving to improve.
And ultimately, it's about connecting with our audience.
Yes, presentations are about so much more than just delivering information.
It's about making people feel something, about inspiring them, about persuading them.
Right, and these techniques, recording ourselves, analyzing our delivery, using AI, it's all in service of that goal.
It's about becoming better communicators.
And better presenters.
So we can really make our message matter.
Exactly. It's fascinating how these techniques can be applied in such different scenarios.
Yeah, like we've been talking about presentations in general.
Right.
But Mitch uses these in the courtroom.
Uh-huh.
Which is a whole other level of pressure.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So I'm curious, like, can you give us an example of how he actually uses these three perspectives in his legal work?
Sure. So imagine you're an attorney delivering an opening statement.
Okay.
You have to grab the jury's attention,
Right.
establish your client's innocence, and persuade them to see things from your side.
That's a lot to do in one statement.
It is, and Mitch uses those same three perspectives to make sure his opening statement is as effective as possible.
Okay, so how does that work?
Well, first he listens back to his delivery.
The audio perspective.
Exactly. Is his voice strong and confident, or does he sound unsure of himself?
Because that would definitely impact how the jury perceives him.
Right, and then he watches himself on video.
Body language check.
Yeah, is he making eye contact? Is he standing tall and steady, or does he look nervous and fidgety?
Because those nonverbal cues can speak volumes.
They really can, and finally he looks at the transcript of his opening statement.
Okay, so he's analyzing the words themselves.
Yeah, is the language clear and concise? Is the story compelling? Does it flow well?
Because a strong narrative is so important in a legal case.
It is, and it's important in any presentation.
Right. Ultimately, we want to take our audience on a journey.
Exactly, and these three perspectives help us make sure that journey is engaging, persuasive, and ultimately successful.
Whether in a courtroom or a boardroom.
Exactly, and remember, Mitch encourages everyone to connect with him on LinkedIn for more communication and persuasion tips.
That's fantastic. We'll be sure to include a link in the show notes. And to our listeners, what resonated with you most from today's deep dive? What's one small change you can make to elevate your next presentation? Let us know. We're always eager to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep diving deep and keep those presentations shining.